Ready? Yeah. Hi, this is Jeremy from Buckeye Coasters. I'm here with Jonathan and Jake. Jonathan is from SeaWorld, Jake is from RMC. We're talking about Iron Gwazi. We just got off of it. Do you guys want to give your first reactions to what you saw today and yesterday, I guess, because you had riders right yesterday?
Yeah, so we're on media day right now, so transitioning into past member previews starting this weekend, and it's just amazing to hear everyone's reaction to the ride. I mean, Iron Gwazi is like a once-in-a-generation record-breaking roller coaster, and everyone's reaction to it has just been awesome and refreshing to be at this point where we're opening such a marquee attraction in the state of Florida. Just been fun. Everyone loves it. I mean, I've heard incredible feedback. Some people say it's their favorite coaster in the world. I mean, it's just amazing.
Yep. No, it's media days are always fun because you get a great juxtaposition between acers who ride all the time and network television anchors who don't ride all the time.
Who may not want to ride.
Exactly. So it's really great to see that feedback from totally different ends of the spectrum and to get positive feedback from everybody.
Jonathan, can you explain the goal of what you were looking for with Iron Gwazi when you guys decided to go this route?
Yeah, we started designing Iron Gwazi in the summer of 2018, and we worked on a couple of different initial concepts, specifically with Jake here at RMC, and kind of went back and forth, had really good collaboration. In fact, we met in your office and kind of talked about the layouts and the elements that we wanted to see in the attraction. And after it was pretty quickly where we decided that we wanted to have what we call is like the hyper hybrid, right? Hyper hybrid coaster. We want to have a hybrid coaster that had crazy, new, unique elements, great airtime, but we wanted to have at least a 200-foot drop. And where we are today is like we had a great palette to work with. We had the existing Gwazi attraction, which had two separate layouts, roughly 3,600 feet each, and so what you see in Iron Gwazi today is one singular layout that jumps across the previous two attractions.
And like with my own engineering background that I have, I'm sure you were like, woo, yeah, I'm excited. I got this huge open area that I've been designing. Can you talk about how excited you were when you got to see this open canvas?
Absolutely. As soon as we started doing reprofiles at RMC, we get a lot of fans put, hey, what about this one? What about this one? And Gwazi came up all the time over the years. And it was nice because we weren't stuck with one specific layout where you had to follow the ride path. With the dueling aspect that existed, we were able to bounce around and really completely remake the ride on the same site. But that's a great thing about reprofiling. You can make a completely new ride while holding on to the history of the old one, which is, we think, important.
Yeah, because I was going to say, with some of your other projects, you're confined to some very tight locations.
Right.
There's Storm Chaser over here, but a very tight location. Steel Engines, the Mean Street area, that's a very confined location. So I'm sure when you opened up to this palette here, you were very excited to see that as well.
Yeah.
One thing that I want to say, I'm very grateful with the audience that you guys were able to accomplish here. We were just speaking off camera about how I was able to take my 7-year-old son on this coaster. He's a 48-inch rider, just turned 48, got to the 48-inch mark recently. I think it's great that you guys are able to appeal to that age, especially with offering. You have other thrill rides in this park, but this gives you guys a new dynamic to reach out to a new audience, I think, family-wise and everything as well. Do you want to talk on that?
Yeah, so Iron Gwazi is a thrilling ride, but it's like the perfect thrill coaster for the families that they can experience together. So that you referenced the 48-inch minimum ride height requirement that we work with RMC on together, and so that ride vehicle, the ride experience is designed for that 48-inch rider. But it's great to have that here because we've had rides like Cheetah Hunt, which is a 48-inch minimum rider height, and that's such a great demographic to work with because it doesn't necessarily have to be all about family. It can be family thrilling together for the family. And this ride has a lot of elements to it, but we work together with RMC on creating sustained, floating type airtime moments, nothing that's too strong. And the transitions are really well done in and out of each element. And so it's very comfortable ride. It's very rideable, but it's that next edge. So you ride Cheetah Hunt as a 48-inch rider, you can step up and now ride Iron Gwazi.
Yeah, and I know it's tough as a parent to come here and see SheiKra and be like, sorry, sorry Hayden, you can't ride this because you're not 54 inches and it's not tall enough. Now they can come to the park and they can see Iron Gwazi and something just as intense in their minds as a little, they're like, I want to ride something big and intense. RMC has allowed you to have this big, what makes them feel like they're as big as you and I and riding something big. And I think that's great that you're able to offer that to your pass holders and everything else. And as a platinum pass holder myself, I appreciate you looking out for your guests that way and giving them that opportunity.
Oh, awesome. Thank you.
I really appreciate that right now. Do you guys have anything else that you guys would like to share with the follow?
What's your favorite part of Iron Gwazi?
Oh yeah, element wise.
Yeah.
The Gator roll that you guys were talking about, that's awesome. By the way.
Yeah, it's a ton of fun.
It's my favorite part of this ride.
Ton of fun. I mean, every element, like Jonathan was talking about, we really nailed the floater airtime that we were aiming for, which is great for the family side of things, but also just makes things unique. What I like to do on rides a lot of times, I come in pretty biased. I pick areas that I'm gonna, really pay attention to, but I like to close my eyes and just go on feel. And I really enjoy the wave turn by the station. That lateral flow, a little bit of a snap on the way into it. It's just great. That really has been the sleeper for me.
That's one thing that I personally, as an enthusiast, appreciate about RMC is your guys' bank turns and everything like that. Is that feeling that you get from those? So I totally agree with you on that.
My favorite element is probably the first element after the drop. So you have a 206 foot, 91 degrees, 76 mile per hour drop, and you go through this really close maneuver where you have structure all around you and track all around you. We call it the triple crossover area. But right after that drop, there's a outward bank curve where it's just, you kind of float through it and you get a great view of the park. You feel like you should be going on the inside edge of that curve. Instead, you go on the outside edge, and it's just very unique. So that one really surprised me. Like, we knew we had an idea what that was going to feel like, but when you actually get on it, it's just right.
Those outside bank turns are amazing more these days. I gotta agree. It's such a great feature. Well, I appreciate both you two taking the time to talk to me today. You guys are amazing people. I appreciate everything you do. From an engineer to you guys, you guys do amazing work. So thank you again for all you guys do.
Thank you.
Glad you guys could
Keep
come.
doing it up, and I appreciate the opportunity to be out here. Thanks again, and this is Jeremy from Buckeye Coasters. We thank Jonathan and Jake.
See ya.
Thanks, guys.